Big breaking news, developing story, Jimmy Kimmel has been put on the bench. And Donald Trump probably has something to do with it. Let me explain. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer. And earlier this year, CBS announced that Stephen Colbert is going off the air at the end of this season in May of 2026. Many of us thought, and probably correctly, that Jimmy Kimmel's days are numbered over at ABC. I just did not expect it to happen so soon. The network, owned by Disney, has announced that Kimmel is going off the air indefinitely. Why? Well, there's a few reasons. Some are apparent, but there's more that we need to discuss. First, Nexstar Media, which owns several ABC stations across the country, announced that they were going to preempt Kimmel and replace his time slot with other programming. They specifically said it was because of Kimmel's recent comments about the death of Charlie Kirk, the political commentator, debater, and conservative populist figure. Many of you know I covered Charlie Kirk was assassinated last week, and we have since learned that the person that has been charged with his murder is a leftist and a queer person. Nexstar released a statement that says, quote, Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values of the local communities in which we are located. Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is simply not in the public interest at the current time. And we have made the difficult decision to preempt his show in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move toward the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue. So what exactly did Jimmy Kimmel say that was so offensive? Well, I'm still trying to put the pieces together. Here are some comments that Kimmel made recently about Kirk's murder. In his monologue on Monday of this week, Jimmy said that the MAGA gang was trying to score political points off Kirk's murder, meaning use the assassination to help them politically. He also said, we hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang trying to characterize this kid who killed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them. Well, he's not a MAGA person, Jimmy. Obviously, this is a big deal for ABC because Nexstar owns 28 ABC-affiliated stations across the U.S. They have a lot of reach and power. Additionally, The Hollywood Reporter says that a source told them ABC heard from at least one other station group about the show, suggesting that an affiliate revolt may have played a role in this decision to shelve him indefinitely. And obviously, Donald Trump is thrilled about this. In fact, the head of the FCC, the chairman, Brendan Carr, threatened to take action against ABC affiliates in the wake of Kimmel suggesting that the Kirk shooting suspect was a MAGA Republican. Carr released a statement that says, quote, I want to thank Nexstar for doing the right thing. Local broadcasters have an obligation to serve the public interest. While this may be an unprecedented decision, it is important for broadcasters to push back on Disney programming that they determine falls short of community values. I hope that other broadcasters follow Nexstar's lead, says the Federal Communications Commission chair. Everything moved very quickly after the Kimmel monologue comments. The FCC chair went on a podcast earlier today where he slammed Kimmel and declared that affiliates should push back on ABC and say, quote, in effect, listen, we're not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out, because we're running the possibility of license revocation from the FCC if we continue to run content that ends up being a pattern of news distortion. Now are you understanding? But there's more. And I'll get to the more in a second. But first, let me break it down explicitly. The head of the FCC today threatened to remove the broadcast licenses of local stations. That's one of the reasons why Nexstar preempted Kimmel, forcing the hand of Disney and ABC to indefinitely pause his show. Because ABC already caved to Donald Trump, the George Stephanopoulos of it all, and while ABC has Disney money to weather any storm, local affiliates can't risk having their broadcast license revoked. It's as simple as that. But not. It's a little bit more complicated, actually. Nexstar, the company who took the lead and yanked Kimmel before ABC did so officially, is currently in the process of trying to buy another company, Tegna. This is a deal, if it goes through, that would make Nexstar by far the largest owner of local TV stations in the country. Are you starting to follow now? Translation: Nexstar needs FCC approval in order to buy this other company. But not just that. The FCC has to approve and change their rules. The FCC would have to raise the 40% ownership cap in order to let the deal advance. Tegna is most likely now going to follow Nexstar's decision, and they too, well, actually, they don't even have to. They don't have to threaten to preempt Kimmel because the show's not going to be produced anymore indefinitely. Crazy. But while I don't agree with Jimmy's comments, the FCC threatening local affiliates, I also disagree with. So gross on both sides. Craziness. Donald Trump's repeated attacks, lawsuits, threats against the media is truly troublesome to me. I will not and do not agree with what Kimmel said, but I have to ring the alarm. The president, the government should not control the media. And that's what's been happening. Craziness. What do you all think? Let's discuss it all in the comment section